So we've officially hit the anniversary of Pokemon Unite, and while we got some new game modes, new Pokemon, we also got a brand new balance patch. In this video, I'm going to break it down, give my thoughts on the changes. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like, comment down below if you think these changes are right, maybe some things they missed. But anyway, let's get into it. First change we hear is ABSOL. Absolutely necessary. Last patch, they gave him a big buff, and he's been kind of broken, so he was definitely in need of a nerf. First, they're hitting the Night Slash. You can see damage reduction ratio, slight hit to the base, and then they improve the hitbox. That is something I've noticed on the base Night Slash. The tip of the arc kind of doesn't hit, so I'm hoping they were able to fix that. Um, But it went away whenever you got to Night Slash Plus. Second Slash is also getting damage reduction, base, and ratio, but the hitbox is messed up. I've seen people play it. There seems to be a bug with it. Um, so hopefully they fix the bug portion of it. And I've also seen that the healing is reduced on the Night Slash Plus, so a major nerf to Night Slash. And they're also touching Psycho Cut, which is what they changed last time. So reducing the base damage on the initial hit, base damage on the first two marks, and the final mark. So overall, they're reducing the damage on Night Slash and Psycho Cut, which has been the predominant build since last uh, patch. I don't know if this was the right approach. I feel like maybe just reverting the change of before would have been the better play. I thought Absol was in a pretty solid spot before. I didn't think he needed a buff necessarily. Um, but it'll be worth a try, I guess, to see whether they went too far or whether this was a good approach. Something definitely needed to be done. I just don't know if this was the right approach. Next, we got Delphox. So the first thing is they removed the crit from their abilities. It was kind of strange to see a special attacker have crit moves anyway, so I get why they did that. And you could just do some insane damage, like 4,000 plus damage, mystical fires. So, and then fire spin. This is a move that I've just been ranting about. So chase duration reduced from 6 to 4.5. I think that's a great change. And then slight damage reduction. Fire spin doesn't do much damage as it is, so that's not too big of a deal. But I'm glad they got rid of the chase. I wish they would get rid of the slow around it too. I just think it gives you no counterplay. But I'm glad they're getting rid of the chase for at least the second and a half lower. And then we got Fire Blast. Again, Mystical Fire is the move of choice, so they're buffing the other ability. Damage increase, base, and ratio. Same on the Explosion and the Fire Blast Plus. So, again, it probably doesn't do as much damage as Mystical Fire, plus it doesn't have as much range, and I think it has a longer cooldown, so I don't know if this damage will be enough to catch it up to Mystical Fire. It's just so nice getting the cooldown reduction on Mystical Fire Plus. Um, it'll be worth a try, but it's going to be hard to turn down Mystical Fire. And then Flame Charge, increase the movement speed duration and increase the range detection for summoning fireballs. That was something that I didn't like about Flame Charge. You had to be in like auto attack range to summon the fireballs, which a lot of the time meant you missed out on damage. Um, I don't know if you can turn down Fire Spin and play Flame Charge, but it'll be worth a try. It's a fun build for sure. The movement speed is really nice, but Fire Spin, just the zoning you can do with it is, and the knock up is so nice. All right, here's another character, Blissey, that has needed to be touched for a couple patches now. Safeguard, cooldown increase. Uh, the shield is getting a pretty significant reduction in both the ratio, the base, per level. Uh, Same with Safeguard Plus. I think Safeguard has been a very strong move, and so reducing the shield a little bit, increasing the cooldown, I think that's been necessary. Egg Bomb, stun duration reduced, and then it's getting its damage reduced a little bit. I think Egg Bomb was pretty strong for like a support character damage move, but I think the bigger issue with Blissey has been, soft boiled, the healing you can get, and they're not touching that at all. So with Safeguard getting nerfed, I think everybody's just gonna go back to the egg build. And I think they should have reduced the cooldown on the egg charges. So right now you get an egg, I think every 5 or 6 seconds. If they would have added a second or two to that, just so if you play the egg build, you're not getting 3 or 4 charges all the time. You can't constantly heal. I think that would have been the better approach. I really expect everybody to just be playing the egg build Blissey again with Safeguard getting a bit of a nerf. But we'll see. ZERAORA, another character that's kind of just not getting played very much since they nerfed Discharge, so they're trying to buff it a bit. Cooldown 2 seconds is a big difference, and then they're giving a slight damage on the ratio increase on the final tick as well. I think Discharge has been pretty weak since they nerfed it, but I'm glad they're not making the damage high again because there was no real counterplay to Discharge before. So I like that they're doing it through the cooldown rather than a big damage buff. Definitely gonna give Discharge a try again. But here's the big change. His Unite move getting from level 10 to level 9. I never really understood why he was the only character with a level 10 alt. Um, this is such a big difference. Now you can get your alt for first dread if you're playing in the jungle. You can probably play it in lane more realistically now just because you're gonna get to your ult a little bit quicker. This is a huge change, and put these 2 things together and maybe Discharge Zera is playable again. Definitely gonna try that out. Azumarill, another character that's kind of been a little bit lackluster, especially when compared to the other all-rounders. So, you're given a slight HP boost, 30 at level 1 to 5. You're looking at like 100, level 11 to 15. That's not a huge increase. Bubble damage increase, ratio and base. I think this is really, really nice. This is what I've been asking for. His early game is so weak that this little bit of bubble damage, I wish they would buff tackle as well early, just because he's so weak. If you're trying to top lane against another all rounder, you don't stack up. So I like that change. Aquatail, again, the off move set, play rough off move set, so they're trying to buff the moves that people haven't been playing. I feel like Whirlpool Water Pulse has probably been the more chosen skills. Cooldown, 1.5 seconds is pretty major, and they're boosting the damage at all ranges. Um, they're also increasing the healing slightly, so they're really trying to make Aquatail viable again. They removed the true damage last patch, so I think they needed to up the damage a little bit to make it worthwhile. Um, and then play rough, 1.5 second cooldown reduction, slight more damage. It's not a big damaging move anyways, but with this cooldown, you're going to be moving fast constantly just because the effect lasts so long. Um, I don't know if this is going to be the play on Azumarill. Aquatail feels kind of awkward to me. Whirlpool, Water Pulse just seems so clean to me, so I'll give it a try, but I'm not expecting it to overtake Whirlpool, Water Pulse. Then we got a couple more. Cramorant, the dive, the collision detection is improved, not shoot over large obstacles. So Cram, you could dive into the middle of the wall and it would put you on the other side. It seems like they've taken that out. I didn't think that was a big deal. It was kind of nice to be able to escape or chase down people by doing that, but looks like that's gone. Not a huge deal. This, however, his Unite move, only firing 10 missiles. I'm not sure how many it fired before, but it sounds like it's getting decreased. I don't know if the duration's going to decrease or he's just going to shoot slower. Um, have to try that out just to see. Decidueye, this is something that they were testing on the test server. Uh, you can only hold 2 Spirit Shackles now instead of 3. But from what I've seen, it looks like they charge a bit faster, so it makes up for it a little bit. Not sure if that I'm a big fan of that. Ninetales, Blizzard now AoE slow. Again, can't go wrong with a slow. Ninetales has great CC as it is, so be interested to try that. Some UI improvements. Will-O-Wisp show the trajectory. HP bars will shift to stay on screen. That could be annoying when you're trying to last hit something and you can't see the health. And then the damage numbers. Attack is red, purple special attack, and white is true. Uh, I think that's a slight improvement, not a big deal. Joystick sensitivity, not a big deal. So that is all the changes. Again, not like a huge patch. They only touched a few characters. Absol absolutely needed nerfed. Unfortunately, it looks like they put a few bugs in, so we'll have to wait. Hopefully, those get fixed soon, and we can give it a true test. Delphox Firespin definitely needed it. Blissey needed it. I don't know if necessarily they did it the right way, but we'll see. And Zera, glad to see that he's all down to level 9. That's a huge change. Definitely worth a try. Overall, I think solid patch. I wish they would just make, slight changes to other characters. Like Garchomp has been unplayable for how long now, and they don't seem to try and bring him up. I wish they would just make more small changes just to change, what people are playing more often, but at least they seem to be fixing the characters that need the most attention. But that is it for me. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.